Assuming about what other people think of you kills invention, achievement, and doing things that really matter. Some people don't love me. It's taken many, many years, but I ratify this validity now until maybe 6th or 7th class. I was blissfully unaware. I would just be me, however unusual or difficult that might be. And I don't think twice that maybe someone didn't like it or me. At a distinct juncture, your mind differences and all of unexpected the only thing that makes a difference to approval. You want to fit in, you expect to fit in. I fiddled piano when I was 7 and I was really reasonable at it. Deceased, I found out it wasn't that cool. So when I was selected in the regional article for coming in next in a state piano tournament, I was astonished. I didn't crave people to know because playing the piano wasn't cool. During my school, I would always filter what was in my head before it would vacate my mouth. Will people think what I'm saying is cool? Will they authorize of what I'm saying? Will they think additional of me? The tension was suppressing all of the recent feelings riding through my mind. This anxiety was suppressing me. I was attempting to be what I guessed other people needed me to be. Ironically, by performing this, they possibly thought even less of me. The more we're numerous, the enormous our capacity. People aren't an imaginative business, parcel, identical, personality aspects. They are vulnerable, intuitively aware of other sentiments. This gives them a several and unusual knowledge into the deadly problem. It gives them a hyper passion to what others believe in guessing. It also gives them a hyper sentiment of what others feel of them. So periodically, they hold back and believe that their feelings or impression might make someone else nuts or upset. If you believe in something, you need to communicate it, however, of what others might think. All of us have the probable to come up with game-changing impressions or proposals of litigation. Probably just world-changing. If we concern about what other species think, if we don't authorize ourselves to be ourselves in these problems, then we curb our collective proficiency to do our finest. We also restrict ourselves when we get greedy, protective, or insecure in these circumstances. It's not easy, but understand commemorating the procedure of discussion. Commemorate when something remarkable comes from somebody. And on the flip side, don't be upset to doubt by renouncing different ideas. In those junctures, you require the ego to contend what you understand. At the similar moment, you require the comprehensive absence of ego to be open to impressions that are not yours. Appreciate that it's not about whose impression it is, but it's about the notion itself. Impressions may be birthed by one of us, but they are usually developed by all of us. There are some things which you feel okay, not interested in. That's why community or people don't prefer us. Number 1, initiate with yourself. It's too sensitive to assume that people don't like you without putting up a look at yourself. Before agreeing on it has nobody to do with you. Take a juncture and contemplate if you're performing things that could potentially be terrible or stupid. 2, ratify your discrepancies. Probably the people you ask says there is nothing they can identify that would need others the unfair way. If that's the case, the next phase is to submit that not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Your career is not to ensure them why they should. Yes, you need to be thoughtful, but don't stop being authentic to who you are. Number 3, reject to immerse. Of course, submitting doesn't mean you avoid to their level. There's a former announcing that asserting with dupes will just substantiate there are two. No consequence how powerful you think your bang back game is, just don't do it. 4, refocus. Affecting with such unfavorable person can be seeping, so refocus your stamina on the people who understand in you. You're in your career for a reason, because you can do it. And the people who employed you know that what others guess of your qualifications is not relevant. Understand it or not, I often refocus by bluffing that I'm on the phase and guise of a vast audience. Lights, camera, action, and everyone is gazing. It doesn't matter what occurred backstage, in the condiment room, or at last dusk show. What amounts to something is my performance right here in this instant. That impression helps me shake off any negativity and get back to the industry. Number 5, reset. When you're laboring with someone who doesn't like you, you have to hit reset. You can't move toward each working chance guessing about all the reasons why laboring with this someone's difficult. If you comprehend your intercourse going fine, it just might, and you need to do all you can to make that feasible.